Have you? I didn't know what you was tying tonight, so I didn't bring you. I know you're tying dries.
Yeah, I'm tying 2 mayflies, a detached body one and a non-detached. 2 Griffith's gnats, one's a variant of the Griffith's gnat, and finally I'm going to do a light Cahill in the Catskill style.
That's technical.
I did too many the last time. I was absolutely knackered when I did those nymphs. I was going through it at pace, and I was got all my stuff out of it. So I've got a nice tidy, so I can find the tools, and I thought I'd just do 5, and the first one will take a bit of time, and the last one.
I tried some of your red curry mix the other day.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as good as the green.
Oh, okay.
You try the green one,
I have bought it, I haven't used it yet.
50% stronger, I should say.
But I put hot chili peppers in mine.
It's got lots of flavour in it though. It's not just hot, it's lovely.
I like it. It's very Moorish.
Yeah. I'm cooking some tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. With seafood, I do prawns.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I can afford prawns after chicken.
Yeah. And I use Gita's mango chutney. Have you tried that?
That's one we like, the one with the blue top.
Yeah, that's the best one.
It's lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good meal.
I also have some lime pickles sometimes as well.
Okay.
That's actually.
And I get sticky rice in a tub.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cheating.
No, it's not.
I have immaculately grain separated rice cooked by myself.
How long does it take to do that?
10 minutes.
1 minute in the microwave, sticky rice.
Oh, I need something to fill my time. It's your garage. Roof. Oh, well done.
Who's in charge tonight? Brian's in charge.
Yeah, Brian's in charge.
Can I squeeze round there?
Yeah, of course you can.
Is it fireproof and everything?
Oh yeah. I've got all fireproof stuff in there anyway.
Yeah.
But with insulation, that's all fireproof.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Because you need that in the other bedroom, otherwise you might get roasted.
Oh, well, that's I've got 2 layers.
We'll give them another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That should make a lot of difference.
I bought some new partridge hooks
Well,
on
yeah,
the
it didn't make much difference. At the
show.
Yeah.
Some new dry fly
There's a garage of
SD,
Yeah.
and 8 of them in light and heavy.
Yeah.
They look really good.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Robert.
Hey Bob.
Hang on, I've got to get him.
I've recently bought some partridge ones. They're the Catskill.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to use them tonight. They're just a bit longer.
Yeah.
I quite like tying the Catskill style.
Yeah, well, Lynn's got the fingers. She was in there, and she goes and hits things on the keyboard and misses because her brain's telling her that's where it's falling. It's that way. But she did have. When I first met her, we had an operation, we paid for it. We did an operation on her feet to straighten the toes out. And they put bolts through the middle and the rest.
What, you got any advice now?
It's come back where it came
That.
from.
It's a pin for doing the detached body.
Okay. What, specially designed?
Yeah, from Jason, you know, the Swedish people.
Oh yeah.
They sell all that. I bought quite a bit of stuff off him about 3 or 4 years ago, and we had a phone call one evening, actually from Jason in Sweden, because it was all purchased on Julia's card. And he was asking her if she would like to act as an agent selling his stuff in the UK.
Hiya, Bob.
We declined the offer.
Yeah, thanks. You recovered. You recovered.
Yes.
I
said I know that. Oh yeah.
Both sorts of arthritis, and she's got a new.
Oh, they've done.
She's just losing weight now. She's only about 7 now.
You enjoy your show?
Yeah, it's good, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Had a good day, didn't you, Bob?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
It's all right.
Bit of fun.
John, what?
It looks like
You've
we're
done
nearly
a
all
fun in
here.
places like that.
Huh?
You've done a fun in places like that. It's got to be serious, isn't it?
Well, you meet people you weren't in for a long time, aren't they? Like, you know, and
I ain't been there
People-
for long. Do
people
you go
like
every
to
year,
meet.
Bob?
eh?
Do you go every year?
I tried to, yeah.
Yeah. Too
Yeah.
much, I think it's too much every year, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can see all your mates.
It's only once.
Yeah, but it's still too much. It's all the same every year, isn't it, really?
Yeah, John. No.
Every couple of years
They
we've got.
should move it around a bit. It's too,
Yeah.
too far
What
away,
one?
Stafford.
You know, I used to,
We'll put it in Essex or something.
Well,
be
it
manager
was-
for
it
manager for
was
Fulham
Stoke on
Mill.
Trent in Essex.
But all the ads I see now are in America. Have they sold up to somebody in America?
Which manager?
Fulham Mill.
Fully Mill. I couldn't tell you. Giuliano's the man.
I've heard anything
If
like
you
that.
want a long story,
Oh, I've heard the long story about his relationship.
he fell out. No, I don't know, but they seem to be they're doing a lot of advertising lately all over the show. It was Fully
Yeah,
Mill.
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Maybe they've just expanded.
Yeah.
I don't
Giuliano
know.
sends his apologies, by the way.
Yeah,
His wife's not there.
yeah.
Tweak up the Zoom a bit on the camera.
Sorry?
Tweak up the Zoom a bit on the camera. Can't tomorrow.
Yes, Fully Mills
Just for the friend of it.
make some good stuff. I mean, Alan, you know Alan,
Oh, yeah.
Alan Rees.
Yeah,
He used to tie the sample flies for Fully Mill,
alright.
the new season's fly
Yeah.
for sea trout.
Yeah.
So he did that till recently. I'll ask him. Yeah.
My mate did that. He used to get those patterns in and then he'd tie 6 perfect ones.
Yeah,
And he'd send 4 to Kenya and 2 in the
yeah.
Fulham Mill HQ and I get Yeah.
Well, who else would we expect? Tony's not coming.
I think we're all here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then shall I?
This is this then.
Yeah.
This is
What's
a,
that in your
Yeah,
voice,
you want
Brian?
That,
That's temporary.
it's a pin to tie a detached body. All become apparent in a second.
Oh, well,
It's something I bought, but you can do exactly the same thing with just a needle out of your wife's sewing.
Blue stuff in the
And I do, yeah. You've got to creep in carefully if you're going to take it under camouflage. But yeah, it's. I've got a set of these and different size ones, but you can do it just as well with a needle.
Yeah, that's got a bow in it,
I've
though.
got my magnifying
Yeah.
glass in there so I can't see.
Okay, shall I make a
yeah.
start?
Okay,
then?
Brian's going to start,
Good,
chaps.
good evening, everybody. And what I'm going to do this evening is to tie 5 dry flies. 2 will be mayfly. 2 are going to be Griffith's gnats. I tied the original Griffith's gnat, then a variant which I've played about with, which I got out of a book. And the final one is a light Cahill, which I'm going to tie in the Catskill style. But we'll talk more about that as we get near it. So I'm going to start off by making a detached body. So hence this pin in the vise. So I've waxed up this thread so I can get a bit of grip, and it also helps it slip off the pin a bit better. So I'm going to put a few turns on there. Catch that in there, that's what that spring's for, because you need this bit because it holds the body together. I'm going to put the tail in. Now this is the ubiquitous pheasant tail, but the pattern calls for an olive, and I hadn't got an olive, so what I did, I used one of these, and it's come out quite reasonably for a quick shot. So take a small bunch of those and catch that in on the pin, and you want it to lie flat. Catch it in. There we go. And I'm going to trim off the the waist. So the next thing is the body's going to be made from foam. I think I've showed you the last time when I did the nymphs. I cut it on a piece of a wooden board. I've got a steel ruler and a scalpel, and it's easier to cut off the pieces, and that's about 3 millimeters.
So what's that, Roy?
That's for the body.
What is it?
It's close cell foam.
Right, could you just move your lamp back just towards us for a shade? Because it's when you work in shadow, you're working in the shadow.
Is that any better?
If you put the base back a bit, that'd probably do it. Do you mind,
Okay.
Is that all right for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because when you're tying, your body casts the
Yeah, okay.
vice
Yeah.
into shadow.
Yeah.
and it's-
So I'm going to take the piece of foam and I'm going to cut a small slot at the back, and that's to let the tail come through. So that comes underneath. Bring that right up against the pin. This is the fiddly bit of it. Just catch it and it just take a little bit of starting. So get 1, 2 and 3 round there. Then come through and come through, and that brings you forward so you can't see the join. Bring it through again. 3 turns under the foam, under. It brings it forward a little bit, and then 2 or 3 turns. And I want to make this about 1 inch or so long, which is about the size that they are. 3. Catch it in. Move forward. 3. Underneath. And underneath.
And the object there, so you can get them parallel, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. You want to get some nice sections of the body. So that's looking about right. So what I'm going to do now, what I would do if I was at home, I would be putting some varnish on there now, but as it's only a demo, I can get away with it, I think. I'm going to use a long whip finisher, at least I think I am. A long whip finisher and whip finish. And there we go. And I'll leave that long because we want that to trap the body onto the hook. So there's the, and hopefully it will come off. And it does. So by putting a bit of wax on your thread, it does help the. If you'd like to have a look at that whilst I put the hook in the vise, I'll just pass it round and you can see. Right, so I'm going to be using a fulling mill hook. And this is their short shank special. It's a size 12. So what it means is the gape of the hook is a 12, but the length of it is a 14.
Is that a dry? Is that a dry or just a standard?
It's used for dries. I think it's just called a special.
Right.
But,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
A lot of these fulling mill ones, they're like universal.
Yeah.
You can use them on both. So.
Very similar, John.
You don't want to know, do you, John?
No, they are. They're very similar. Short stamp one thing.
And there we go. That's so. Put the thread on so we can trap the detached body, and it's going to go on level with the point of the hook. Thereabouts. Throw wax on the thread for some extra grip. Okay, thanks Barry.
Okay.
I'm going to catch so what I do is to drop the flaps either side, tighten the thread and catch it down. And if you catch, you don't want to cut these off quite yet. If you pull, so making it on the normally if you pull it will make it go up, but it's not playing ball. It'll still be okay, so I'm putting a couple of lashings round and then I'm going to cut these off at an angle. Lash that down. That's got it. So we can cut these off now. Those are trapped. If you cut them off before, it's likely that those sections will all come unwound. So just going to tighten down on the foam. I'm now going to put it on the hackle, which is an olive hackle.
Is that grizzle?
Yeah. Which I've had in stock a long time.
Well, I bet that's worth a bit now, isn't it?
Yeah, they're I think they started about 80 quid, something like that. Because I regularly get a text from Lakeland, and some of the more decent ones, 125 plus. Just check. That's quite a reasonable one. So. Take a look. I'm going to put it with the dull side facing me, so I'm going to take a little bit off the top to help start it. And catch that in. Yeah, that'll be okay. Trim off the stem. Wind on the hackle. Should be fine. Tie off. And we're going to have a hair wing to finish off. Some elk hair which has been dyed a yellowy colour, which works quite well. Like a small bunch. I would say about half the size of a pencil for this, because they seem to describe the amount to take in pencil sizes, so I'm going to say half a pencil. So I'm going to get rid of the rubbish that's and comb it out, just the under fur, otherwise it's very difficult to tie it down. So tips facing downwards into the stacker. And I'm going to do what Paul Slaney says, is to do it at an angle, and it does seem to work quite well. When you take it out of the stacker, it's always best to take it out in the direction that you're going to use, and it saves any messing about trying to get it together. So what I do, I've got an errant hair there, I measure the length that I want, and then I cut it dead square, put it on just overhanging the eye of the hook, and then don't pull down hard to start with, cut the soft wraps and then give it what for. If you pull straight away, what happens, you'll go straight through the the tubular elk hair, and I cut through the head and then underneath. Got the time. The reason I do it that way is because you get a much neater head than if you try to trim it to shape. And I'll tie off. And there we go. And if you want to do a bit of artwork on it, with the aid of
End up with a bit like a sedge wing then.
this,
Yeah,
yeah,
similar, isn't it?
yeah, you want sedge and
Yeah, I've not seen a wing on a mayfly, I don't know that before.
yeah. Well, the next one I'm going to do is exactly the same.
It's a daddy, isn't it? You said? Did you say? It's
No, do another mayfly, but
that's a mayfly, yes.
yeah, and I just give him his characteristic spots. And that's it. Well, the next one I'm going to do, it is a mayfly with exactly the same sort of wing, and it was in trout and salmon some while back, and it was called the mono mayfly.
Wow.
It was I can't think what his name is.
Gareth Lewis.
Yeah,
No,
that's what you need, John. You and Michael,
It's-
isn't it?
I did it.
but this, the one I did home, that shows how it, when you pull it, that's how it sort
Okay.
of goes up. It will go up, but that one, it was a bit stuck. So, I'll move on to the next one. Get rid of some of this. I still want that, I don't want that. I won't want that. This one I'm going to tie on a size 10. It's a partridge, fine, dry fly hook. So I'm going to run the thread down, leave about a 2mm gap at the head, run the thread down into fairly good touching turns, down to the bend, cut off the waist. I'm now going to put in a tail of pheasant. Take 3 or 4 fibres. It doesn't really matter, I don't count them, I just take an approximate. So, tie in the tail. Come underneath and then just form the back end of the fly with pheasant tail. and that gives that distinctive brown markings that you see on a mayfly. So catch that down, snip off the waist, and I'm going to, with the aid of some dubbing, it's a cream dubbing. Just a dubbing extractor. I always cut a V at the end of the packet, and I can just pull out fine amounts. Just to start it. Take the thread back, and I'm going to come over the pheasant just so that the brown shows a little, and then come up.
Sorry, what's the dubbing was that, Brian?
It's cream, and it's called aero dubbing from Chuck and Duck.
Chuck and Duck.
Yeah.
That sounds like somebody bold and get
At this point we're going to tie in the hackle. This one's got a palmered hackle. It uses the same.
You had a good mayfly hat on the mono, John.
Yeah. In May.
Strange.
Strange though, isn't it? Sometimes June though, isn't it?
It could be late.
Yeah. The Arrow in Kington used to get an unbelievable one, but
Yeah.
not so good now, really.
No, it's good on the mono.
You still get a few.
We fished the crippled
Yeah.
mayfly.
Here we go.
I don't think you should call them crippled, you say disabled.
Yeah. I'll get you arrested if you say it.
Sorry, disabled mayfly.
Tie him in.
I don't know if you can say black mayfly now either.
No, you can say black now, innit?
Oh, you can say black.
Yeah. You can't say things like packy or anything like that.
You can't say yellow.
Hey?
You can't say yellow.
No.
What you can't say is coloured, because that implies that you're not coloured and everybody else is coloured.
Bring the thread back down. Snip off the waist. And then I'm going to palm of the hackle.
Yeah. Yeah.
This gives it a decent footprint on the water and causes a bit of disturbance and hopefully draws the attention of the fish to the fly. So there's the palmered hackle. And when you come, I've gone down and then I've brought the thread back up and wiggled it through the fibres, trying not to catch and trap the fibres. And this then finally has the same wing. as what we had before, so we want some the trouble with this, it makes such a blooming mess. Once again, clean out the underfur into the stacker, points down, tap it on an angle,
The same ring material as the last one.
yeah,
If you get an answer, it's woodworm.
Death Watch Beetle.
take it out in the direction you want to use it.
We'll be banned from here next week because then you made all the dents in the date.
Well, we're making no more noise then.
Mm-hmm. Put it just over the eye of the hook. Just lightly wrap two and then pull like Billy up. And that locks it down. Cut through the head and then underneath and then whip finish. Pull through. And that's what the one that was in the trout and salmon, it's called the mono mayfly. I have used it, it was not last year, it was the year before, because I didn't fish when the mayfly were around this time, but we did have some interest in it.
Thank you. That looks good.
You're alright if you got the yellows coming off, wouldn't it?
Mm. Right, I'm going to have a slight tidy up, then I shall see where I'm going. I was hoping by now the music would have started, so
Yeah.
whilst we were having a little interlude, but
But while Brian's doing that, when at the show, I was talking to one of the guys from Worcester, and he was tying boobies, and he was tying in the heads, and I said he was tying them in like Alan, and he did. He put the loop in like Alan was showing us, and I said, how do you round off the foam to make it perfectly round? Use a Dremel. He said, no, put them in the oven.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
But yes, I've heard that.
And they were perfect.
Yeah.
Put them in the oven.
Put them in the oven for 2 minutes. Put in foil, the foam cylinders,
Yeah.
and then the ends go round.
Or you can do like that, go on eBay and buy some baked booby eyes.
Yeah, but you could do, but you could, if you buy the cylinders, if you've got lots of cylinders like I have,
Yeah.
what temperature's the oven at?
180.
180.
Yeah.
180. Is that marking?
Salt, pepper.
I don't know gas. Sorry. No, but he showed me they're really good. They're like Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
So you can do
It
them.
hardens the skin off. as
So you
well.
can do them in an air fryer as well then.
You could do. What? You could do.
That's all right.
Nice with
Yeah, I
peas.
like the air fryer.
Well,
You put them in
Eh?
foil.
nice with mushy peas.
You don't do mushy peas in the air fryer. You do mushy peas in the microwave.
I did this week.
You can do. An air fry, it's just a heater.
Yeah.
It's only a fry when you put
Yeah,
oil in.
but it's a question of efficiency. You can do mushy peas in 2 minutes in a microwave.
Okay, thanks.
I found in the air fryer the crinkly cut chips cook too fast.
Yeah,
Presumably got more
I don't buy
sense.
crinkly cut ones then.
I find that as well.
Right, I'm going to do a Griffith's gnat now, which is a fly I've had a lot of success with in the past, and it covers all sorts of gnats and midge, anything black on the surface. You can tie them in sizes from 14 down to 18s, 20s.
Slovenia, 24.
It was the first fish I ever caught on the mono with one of these. So it's a size 14 I'll do, because the other ones are a bit too small to see what is happening. So I'll use brown thread to be alright. So I'm going to put thread on and run it, so leaving about 2 mil, run it down to the bend. And at the bend I'm going to tie in the gristle hackle. I don't want this anymore, so I'll get rid of this. I'll move on to this one. It's just an ordinary cop grizzle.
You need fairly short fibres with it.
Yeah, I'm just down to about where the point of the hook, or as near as I've got in the cape. That one was not too bad. So I'm going to tie this one in. He's a little long, but he will do for the demonstration. So I'm going to tie him in with the dull side facing me. And then catch in the stalk. Snip off the waist. Come back down. And then some peacock herl. So I have 2 pieces of.
That's one of those nice sort of general purposey sort of flies, isn't it?
Yeah, it covers a whole range of possibilities. They certainly worked very well on the Ithon, particularly under or just in front of trees that were overhanging. So tying in 2, and I use mine from the thicker end to tie in. Lots of people go for that end, but you don't get such a nice bushy effect as if you start at the other end. Catch that in, and then touching turns, run the peacock herl towards the eye of the hook. You see it forms like a blue bottle type body. Tie off, lock in turn in front, snip off the waist, and with the aid of the hackle pliers, palm of the hackle, bringing it. This is slightly too big, but I couldn't see one that already sized, but you'll get the idea.
Is this a variant then, is it?
This is the real thing, but the variant will come in a minute.
I thought there was the Griffiths hat was the muskrat. I don't know.
That's the recipe I've always seen is with that, but I know that there are lots of other possibilities with it. Some people put a tail on them with I can't think what stuff's called now. It's the glittery
Mylar.
Yeah, it's a sort of the mylar type thing, yeah. This one is a bit too bushy, so what I'll do, I'll circulate the one where I had time to find a decent at home. That gives you the idea how it goes. I'll pass around a better one that I made earlier. Yeah. Just in case I couldn't find that. That's nearer the mark. You can always trim them.
Michael Ward always used to trim them off with them
Yeah.
qualms.
Yeah. I've never seen anybody do that other than him. You know, he's trimmed them down. They're quite stubby, aren't they?
Yeah, actually, it's quite good. He does a nut. Do you remember his nut?
Yeah.
And he cuts it off, and it doesn't look. It does look good because it's like it's got feet,
Yeah.
it's got legs.
He cut, what he did, trim the hat off at the bottom.
Cut no, he
All the
did
way around.
all the way around. You just put the hackle inside it and then cut it off. You know, put a big hackle in and then cut it all down.
I have done that when I put big hackle, isn't it?
Yeah,
But it looks a bit ungainly, doesn't it?
but it works.
Yeah. I don't suppose the fish mind if it looks like feet.
Good.
That one's been trimmed. It doesn't. Yeah, it looks okay. So, what I'll do now, I'll do the variant. This one fishes quite well in the evenings.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right for time,
is he sure?
Yeah.
because the last one might take a bit of time, so a bit of faffing around with the wing. Okay, so I'm going to use a 14 again, same hook, same start, run the thread about 2 millimeters gap, run the thread down, down to the bend, remove the waste, tie in a hackle. Let's see if I can spend a little more time and see if I can find one nearer the mark. This looks a bit more promising. Remove the waste. Move a little bit more off the top so it can help you to start. The dull side facing you again, catching the stem. Bring it up. Catch it in. Cut off the waste. Return the thread to the start of the hackle. And the body this time, rather than being peacock herl, I use this semper fly. It's simplified polyon. If you pass it around and have a look, it's quite nice stuff. It's nice for making clink hammers as well. I'm going to catch that in and do just the same as I did with the peacock herl. I'm going to do it with the semper fly. Form a reddy orangey body. Tie that off. Cut the locking turns and snip off the waste. And palm the hackle again. To be careful when you go past the hook point that you don't spike the hackle and cut it off, which is easily done. Tie off. Tie off. Remove the waste. And this one has a CDC wing, just help with the sighting of it. Just put in 2 pieces of CDC of your choice, really. Any colour. This is a blue dun. Get the 2 tips lined up. tie on. Pinch and loop. Snip off the waist. Form a little head.
Right, what we use for the wing?
It's CDC. And I'm using blue dun, but you can use any colour really. It's just to help with the sighting of it when you're using it in the evening.
More to help the angler than fool the fish.
Yeah.
Obviously, we used in Slovenia that time, John. We had all in fish by that day.
You asked me that last week and you've forgotten already.
Yeah, I know. Well, he asked me, friend.
Duck's done.
Duxton, that's it. I've never remembered the name.
See, when you have another opportunity, you won't know what to put on.
I will.
No, you won't.
I'm going
You'll have to phone me up and you'll say, John, what was that fly we used in
Duck's
Slovenia?
arse.
Caught with those
Well, it's
fish.
a duck's arse, isn't it?
Hey?
Duck's arse.
Is that quill or is that turkey boy?
Duck's done.
Yeah.
Not neither.
Oh, neither.
That's not right, isn't it?
Oh, I thought it was.
Neither is that.
There's a new duck's done. Have you seen it in fly fishing and fly tying? It was in, yes, in February's edition.
Okay.
He's revised it.
Yeah.
He uses a turkey quill
That's right.
as the body
Ah.
in one occasion. He's using dubbing with a peacock, a striped peacock eye
Yeah.
as the ribbon, and then he's got summer duck at the front, a grizzle hackle, and a bit of CDC.
So, who was tying that? Charles.
Charles, yeah. He said he thought it was in something like in the article, it was time to modify his
My apologies then, Bob. I haven't
his
seen
dime.
that.
No, there are several ways of doing it. Isn't
Yeah,
there?
yeah,
There's
yeah.
several
Yeah.
ways. I mean,
So you use two coloured thread.
Yeah, I'd say you can do it that way. Yeah, I agree.
Make it ribbed, like a CDC wing.
I'm just
Oh,
going
I'd be
to have
interested to see with that one
a tidy up.
Perhaps you'll get him to come up and do it.
Huh?
Perhaps you'll get him to come up and do it. To demonstrate it.
Charles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you said you chatted him up, you said he was going to come.
No, he did.
Chat him up.
I prefer the ladies myself, but he loves the blokes.
He was dying for the loo, wasn't he?
Eh?
He was weakening, he was wanting to go for a wee, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Hey John, I remember when you had your ducks and that bloke that was crashing hell out of your two-weight rod, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah. He was double hauling with two.
Mikhail. That's Mikhail.
Yeah,
That was good fun, was.
yeah. I like a breaking of it.
Yeah.
What river was that on, John?
Pardon?
What river was that on?
Well, I couldn't tell you. That was. It was a long way out, wasn't it? It was we only fished that once.
Yeah.
Nice though.
Good.
A lot of grading.
Waded upstream up there, aren't we?
Yeah. Too slow.
Too slow, that's right. I found a spot out of the tree, but I think I was hitting about 1 in 4. Just taking the floor. It was quick, wasn't it? Bosnians are best,
Caught more fish in Slovenia.
Sorry?
Caught more fish in Slovenia.
Oh, we had fun in Bosnia, didn't we? It was hard, Bosnia was hard, wasn't it? Except the one place where we, in Bosnia, where the grading was.
River Yarn, that was the River Yarn.
Was it? Oh yeah, I don't know. That little, that small river. And the river we fished, didn't we? Was that in Bosnia, the river? Was that the
Yes.
river? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Another one was the Cleaver or something.
The what?
Cleaver. Cleaver was here, wasn't it? That's what they made that booze out of. That river water. Oh, the Cleaver, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
That really deep one,
I thought it was the Ribnick.
one was, we fished the Ribnick, Cleaver.
Yeah.
That Cleaver was that really deep river. Absolute Jim Clear, do you remember that?
No.
Oh, that was deep. You'd be standing in 6 foot of water and straight over the edge, if you stepped, you'd be 14 foot. You didn't want to slip.
I remember when the waters go through those rocks and you, a big branch came down, it just went under the water. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Oh yeah, that was from that.
Scary.
That was Slovenia, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it while ago if you dived in there.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's been an experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Jan's still at it, isn't he?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, he still puts things on Facebook.
Yeah.
Older these people.
With his pipe.
Yeah.
Older these get big grading all the time. Yeah. Did you talk to Sean the other day?
No.
He's catching loads of fish there. In a freezing cold.
Big fish.
Big fish, yeah. He said, oh, I had a good day today. The fish came on, he said. I thought it was about mine was 2 or 3. He keeps saying me, look, like this. He owes me soon.
Well, where's he fishing? Because the river's too high.
Well, he just talks about the upper wide, doesn't he, Mary?
He could have went for a while.
Yeah, yeah, but he got some other water, he said, didn't he?
Well, he's got the...
He's got Craig Lynn, which is up,
Yeah.
way up the river, just before Redder.
Yeah, that's what he's got it there, hasn't he?
And he's got,
He's got a bit behind his house, which is a wide. You know where he lives now, John? Or?
yeah,
He's got some behind there.
that's
Above-
the
above-
Ithon.
that's above the Sweet.
Oh no, it's not the Ithon.
That's above the Sweet, yeah. Is that his way?
Yeah,
It's a lot.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. He's still catching fish. I don't know, does it? Well, could be like bullshit.
Right.
But mate,
What's that little orange blob on the top of your vice, Brian?
That
Yeah.
it's to as a tidy for your line when it
Oh,
comes
it's
back.
a sprinkler, is it?
Yeah, it's no good at all. Like, I bought it from Angler's Lodge. You're supposed to be able to catch the thread in the V,
Yeah.
and it will hold it there. But for love of the money, this one won't. What
I'm
I
gonna ask you-
find
I'm gonna
is
ask you a
that
question now then.
I trap it.
Why have you got it on the right?
Because I use the magnet
Oh, right.
and I trap the thread
Oh,
under the magnet. You see,
yeah.
I've improvised.
Good provider.
Yeah, they can't touch you for it, of course. Right, I'm going to tie a light Cahill in the Catskill style. At least I'm going to attempt to, because they are quite tricky to tie.
So what's the Cahill represent?
They're like any light fly coming off during the summer months.
Yeah.
From May till about September, they say it's a good choice. So there's various ways of tying these Catskill flies, but they were originally developed by a chap named Walt and his wife Winnie Dett. In the Catskill area, they used to fish the Beaverkill River, and all these flies are supposed to be absolutely deadly on that river. Whether they are or not is another matter. But I've got the book by Mike Valler, which gives you the history and all the patterns of the Catskill flies. the hook I've got in the vice, it's a partridge catskill long shank dry fly hook. They've only been out about a couple of months, these.
I was going to say you brought partridge to send the other day. They've got open hooks out, haven't they?
I've tried to get some more different sizes and you can't get them, so I don't know whether they just had a run and then stopped.
They bought a couple of patterns out, new patterns out, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
For different things.
So, what I'm going to do, I've got grey thread, about a 2mm gap, run the thread down, and we're going to put in a tail. And the recipe calls for a light ginger tail. So we will oblige. We just happen to have a bit here. Pull the fibres out at 90 degrees to the stem and pull it off, and they should all be nicely lined up. About a hook's length. Tie them in. Come underneath. And there we go. Trim off the waste. Come up. I'm going to tie in the wing. Then what they use is summer duck, but it's almost impossible to get it. When I've tried Steve Cooper and various others. So what I've used in the past is breast feathers from the mallard, and I dye them. I get some brown onion skins and then boil them up, let it cool down a little bit, and then a good dollop of white vinegar in there and plunge them in and leave them in there about half an hour, and they're absolutely perfect. They come out a nice browny colour similar to those.
I can borrow that recipe.
For the wing you need to choose a feather that is square on the top as possible. So you want it to be, rather than something like that, it's sort of reasonably square. Now there's many ways of doing this.
That's the breast feather.
Yeah. What the Dets do, they cut off bunches on each side, and they may have to go to another feather until they've got 4 bunches on each side, then hold them and tie them in. And I've tried to do that, and it's not easy. I've got 2 ways that I like that I've seen. One is to cut that isn't the one. This is the one. Is to cut a V in the centre. Is that showing up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cut the V and then put on, and then either side, then you've got equal amounts. But my favoured method is to stroke them all forward, try and bunch them up, and then with the feather in that plane, tie them in. And I have a special device for measuring the length of the wing, which is a dental probe. They're very conveniently, they're marked at various depths, so you can measure the length of the hook, and then you can adjust the wing accordingly. And that should be about right. So, lash that down and put a dam in front of it to help stand it up. Cut off the waist at an angle. And then you need to do is to divide them in half.
Never tried cleaning the stem off and just bring that back through and tie it.
Clean the stem off.
Clean the stem off the rubbish.
Yeah.
And then pull the stem over and then.
Yeah, that's what I just did. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and pulled it through. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the easiest way
So
of
that's
doing.
splitting the wing, is that?
Yeah, splitting it into two, and then bundle them. And then bundle the other side. It's a sort of thing, it's very tricky to do. There we are. And then come back down. Any escapees, I've got no qualms in chopping them off. And then some light Cahill dubbing to form the body. I prefer to put on a little at a time and then build it up. A bit more. body formed, and now we need a suitable hackle. I think this one should be suitable. Take off the fluff. The dull side facing me. Tie in. Snip off the waist. With the aid of the hackle pliers, about 3 turns at the back. Down. Bring it through to the front. Force the wings back. And there we go. Trap the hackle. Snip off the waist. Form a head. And whip finish. And there we go.
Tricky one.
Yeah, it's not the easiest of ones to do. So I'll pass around the one that I tied in the afternoon when I had plenty of patience. But this one's not too bad.
What did you use on the body?
It's light Cahill dubbing. It's super fine.
Oh, it's meant for the job, son.
So
Yeah.
it's like a lemon, very fine lemon, yellow.
Yeah, I'm sure I can do it.
And that's my offerings for the...
Very good, Brian. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much.
Right.
Have you seen that? It's quite a useful tool. You get them off eBay. It's a dental, but they got it comes with those markings, and those markings coincide with the hook lengths for most of them.
Also good for probing your fillings.
Oh yes, you can have a little probe with it.
Joel, do you mind doing some, well next week or something, some spiders?
Am I going to do some?
Or would you like to do some?
Yeah, I can do. Brian did spiders, but I can do some. Yeah, by all means.
So you've been having success on those, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I'll do a mixture.
Yeah.
That's a get out actually, because I said I'd do some dry flies, but I was, even tonight, I was trying to think how I could spend the whole evening doing dry flies. And yeah, I'll do successful flies from last year.
Yeah.
because that would include the blue winged olive, yeah, and the red spinner. That's quite interesting. That was successful last year.
That spinners, red spinners, are really good on the arrow at Kington.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
So yeah, I'll do a selection.
Midges are another good one, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I use the Michael Wardle niche because that's as good as any really. But I can do that if you like. But I did it a couple of years ago.
Very good.
Okay, thank you very much.
But I, you know, whatever. I tend to tie the same patterns. There's the cripple mayfly. It's got a CDC body, but I'll show you that as well. I can do that again if you like. But that was successful last year.
What's that really bright green mayfly that hatches?
Pardon?
What's that really bright green, yellow green mayfly that hatches?
Yellow May done.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
They're real mayflies.
so Yellow May done.
Well, on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's prolific on the husk, not only in maize. It goes through
It goes through quite a few minutes. It goes through a fair few minutes.
Yeah, and it's 2 hatches. There's another hatch in October as well.
No, the yellow mail will hatch all through the year, won't it?
Yeah,
Up
yeah,
until the late.
yeah. You won't problem.
It comes off on the right somewhere in the rest before May. But
Some
then
people
May-
say, "Oh, it's Yellow May Sally," but it's not. It's Yellow May done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's quite successful. But I do Wally Wing for that normally.
Yeah.
That's all right. Usually a little tube, dear, or not?
No,
I don't know.
just like.
I'm not. Yeah, but when I do the volley, I use a
Oh, I see. You could do. But you just tie the wing and then you just split it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but
Yeah.
but hold it back.
Yeah.
You know, when you're tying it in, there's a tube and hold it there. Then when it finishes, you take the tube off and then
Oh right, okay.
then you just split.
Yeah.
Cut it, tip off.
Yes. Split wing we used making those last time, weren't we?
Split wing.
Split wing we used
I don't know.
Because usually leave a couple on, then they take the two on the top and pull it down, and that's good.
So just tying a yellow